I'm not trying to advise you.
Who are
I'm
we?
not trying. Who are we?
What do we know?
What we sabi? But please,
Finally have a very warm bath.
exactly.
And you are in bed. Thinking about the next morning that you wake up by 8 a.m. or 7 to go
As
to
the
work.
case may be.
And somebody just do like this for
Then
you.
you do like this.
Oga, rest. When start to work and start to earn, most men feel like they are being proud, which is not true in the right sense. So, and you know what money does to a lot of people? It gives you this
In
confidence.
Nigeria, I can't do this. In Nigeria, you can't be telling me to wash plates. How will you tell me to wash plates? How will you tell me to sweep the floor? How will you tell me to wash the
You
toilet?
will wash the toilet. Disfigured herself. Then she called the police and said her husband eats.
Hi lovely people, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about why African marriages split up. It's no longer news that there is a kind of increase in the flock of Africans coming into the UK abroad. You know, many people are leaving the African region to the Western region, and the trend that we've observed is that a lot of people, especially married people, are breaking up. Like marriages are breaking up. Immediately they get here, you just hear that so person and so person, they are no longer together. What is really happening? So we want to discuss this today. In case you're here for the first time, my name is Abimbola Olanipekun. I film about faith, food, family, and lifestyle. And I have someone here with me. She is Nifemi.
JK is long. It's long.
I'm going to give Nife to introduce herself properly.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. My name is Nifemi, as she said earlier. I'm a mom of 2 and 3. I'm a mom of 3 by God's grace.
Yes.
So, and I'm glad to be doing this with Bimbo because it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And reconnecting back in the UK, it's a big deal for me. It's like when I'm connecting with people that I've known from way back.
Yeah.
It's like, finally,
Yes.
I've seen someone that I know.
At least,
So, there are a lot of things happening, and we are here to share our honest opinion about this topic with you guys. So stay tuned. Don't blink.
Just no blinking.
Just stay.
And don't waste time to just smash the like button. And you can check her out on YouTube as well. She's also on YouTube as DeFi. Also go there to watch amazing content. Anyways, let's get straight to the video of today. The first thing we want to talk about that we feel might cause this is cultural expectations. Right. So when we say cultural expectations, we know that in the African setting, there is the expectation from a man and there's an expectation from the woman. In every normal African setting, it is usually that the man is the breadwinner of the home, while the woman most of the time looks after the family, and then most of the time the man is usually like doing most of the work while the woman just contributes. And these cultural expectations, when you come to a new environment, is no longer the same, right? So
for a lot of people, coming back from Africa, the man is the head of the family.
Yes.
That's how we see, like yes sir, and all of that.
Yes.
But moving here, there are a lot of responsibilities that might deviate your attention from that yes sir kind of feeling. Like one, the lady starts to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, because of the bills and everything involved.
Yes.
One person can hardly foot the bill for the family. Unlike back home, where a man can comfortably pay rent. Because we pay yearly. But here we pay monthly.
Exactly.
And all of that. So because of that, most women work abroad.
Yes.
So the shock now is when women start to work and start to earn, most men feel like they are being proud, which is not true in the right sense. So, and you know what money does to a lot of people? It gives you this confidence. It's not like you are proud, but you just have this confidence that, oh, this money is mine. Oh, I can actually work for this. Oh, I can actually buy this without relying on
this
the
man.
other person to do it for me. Unlike back home, for most women, when you want to buy something reasonable, something that is so expensive, you have to wait for your husband to either buy it for you or help you hard to the money you have. But here, if you are determined, you can get anything you want to do, even while supporting the family in process. So the cultural shock for most men, it happens that they'll be like, this woman is progressing, she's striving, she's doing this, she's doing that. At the end of the day, enmity, they start having issues, and the marriage starts shaking. So I just feel like it takes two people that understand each other with the grace of God and Jesus as the center of it,
and whatever you believe in as the center of it,
to be able to thrive as a team.
Yeah.
So, but it's cultural shock, definitely it will come. For some people it does, for some it doesn't. But if you find yourself in that space, I just feel like you need to just come together and work as a team, and before you know it, you'll be good.
Yeah, and also another part to this is that, you know, because now, like you said, that both parties have to work. Now, because both parties have to work, when it now comes to domestic work, house chores, taking care of the children, and all of those other things, now it can no longer be the way it used to be, whereby the woman is the one doing all the cooking, all the washing, all the taking care of children and all that. Because you both now are responsible to bring in finance, definitely you have to be both responsible to share the house chores.
Sure.
So, but when it now comes to this point, some men find it difficult to come down from their high horses because they feel like, yeah, in Nigeria I can't do this. In Nigeria you can't be telling me to wash plates. How will you tell me to wash plates? How will you tell me to sweep the floor? How will you tell me to wash the toilet?
We wash the toilet.
So the way the society or this place is structured, you just have to do those things. You have to share, except if you want your wife to die young, because the workload there already is not a joke. So now adding workload to house chores, and you want her to do everything. So when there is no proper orientation about the new environment that you are coming into, knowing that this new environment we are coming into, this is what it entails. I had to tell my husband when we were coming here, because the truth is, because I think we've talked about it in one of the one my husband did, the video I saw my husband did. Yeah. My husband did not change diaper, maybe once or twice when we were in Nigeria. My husband he doesn't really cook, he doesn't look after AJ. I do all of that because I was more available. He was the one that was doing most of the work. But when we were coming here, we already discussed it, that this place we are going to, guys, you go change diaper. You go change diaper, you go cook, and because we've talked about it, it was easy, and because we understand the fact that where we are coming to is different, it was easy for us to really adjust into it wasn't easy, but at least the fact that you know what you're going into makes it easy to adjust into, the new routine, and everybody's doing it. We're living in peace. Cultural expectation is one important factor that I feel like is causing this breakage.
And it must be talked about.
Exactly.
Like, the couples have to sit down and talk about it. Because, when you talk about it and you get there, it won't shock you too much. But when you don't, it's worse. For me as well, back in Nigeria, my husband didn't used to do anything. When I say anything, he doesn't used to do anything at home. That's because we had a lot of people around us, right? A very strong support system. Even me, I don't really do too much. But when we came here, you know when they say, there's this thing in Yoruba, they say, Ashiri Ematsu, that your secret will be out. That's what happened. Like, all the loopholes came out. But the fact that we knew that we can't hire a help here, that is not yet, we have to do it ourselves. We started to learn. Both of you have to be intentional about it. Intentionality about making your marriage work will push you to do things that will make it
naturally not even want to do. Because,
so you see those washing of toilets, he does it now. Cooking, he does it now. Sweeping, these are things that he will never do.
Yeah.
But see where we are.
Environment and everything permits it.
So we do it now. 50-50. On days that is free, it's not working, and the house is rough, the toilet is dirty, he does it. On days that I'm home and I have to do it, I do it. So no, this is your job. It's our job. Like it's a team. So we do it together.
Yeah. And that's something I like you. I swear. I love this thing in this UK.
Your husband go they carry
you. Your husband go they carry you like this. Like
at the end of the day, if you call Popo like this, now you then go answer.
As in, now it's a ladies' world. It's a ladies' world in this UK. So, and talking about is a ladies' world. I just want to talk about women that allow these things to get into their head. The fact that they know that anything they do, they can, like some women use it to punish their husband.
Yes.
So women, I know that some women use it to punish them because I've heard stories. Not like I've seen anybody that happened to, but I've heard people say some women use it because they know that it's a women's world. They talk to the man like trash. They do whatever they want. They go out. They do. In fact,
there was one story that I heard. It happened to someone I don't know the person like that, but I heard the story that the lady, she and her husband were having issues, and she started banging her head on the wall. She banged her head on the wall till it was swollen. She disfigured herself. Then she called the police and said her husband hit her. The gentleman did not do it, but they believe that first thing they will do here, they will first take you first.
Exactly.
Before they start hearing
investigation or anything.
So the guy was locked up. And funny enough, the guy was locked up. It was this same lady that was going to visit him there. She just wanted to teach him a lesson. So I just feel like there are other ways you can actually talk to your husband about things that is not getting right and putting him in trouble. Because at the end of the day,
it's going to affect you.
It's DBS and other things to affect.
In fact, everything is intertwined.
So I just want us to be more careful and not think with our emotions when stuff happen in our homes. Just try and be logical. Think about other things. It's been a long time coming. It's not just here. It's been a long time coming. So just think about it and let's make wise decisions for ourselves, for our family, and for the sake of our children.
So under this point, what we'll just say is everybody should come to an understanding, both male and female, come to an understanding of the environment you are and work hand in hand. Seriously, I don't know how people who are single, like single mothers, single fathers, I don't know how they're coping in this country, because I feel like in this country you need a partner. You need somebody. Like, is it the bills that I want to talk about me, or the fact that the social environment, the social space is not really, especially for those of us who are just coming in, it's not really a lot for us to see people we can talk to, interact. You go to work, come back, you don't have anybody that you can even tell how your day went, what happened to you. So I would say that both we women and we husbands and we wives, we should try and make things work. Know your roles as individuals and try to act according to your rules.
There's one other major, it's a very major topic that causes issues here, and that is SES. We cannot call them too much. Coizio.
But you know, firewood.
Because due to the fact that we both work, and sometimes you come back home tired, your body needs rest.
Exactly.
And you finally have a very warm bath.
Exactly.
Tired.
Now say,
thinking about the next morning that you wake up by 8 a.m. or 7 to go to work.
As the case may be.
And somebody just do like this for you.
You do like this.
Oh God, rest. So that's another thing that causes issues for most couples. Yeah. But I just feel like there's always a way around it.
Exactly.
Communication.
Exactly.
Communication, very key. Why not talk about it? Okay, on our off days, we can do it anyhow you want to do it. Short, where's my leg up and all? It's legal, we are married. But on days that we have to work the next day, can we please just sleep? As human beings, let's just let nobody disturb anybody so that we can be productive at work the next day, because it does a lot to the body.
Exactly.
We all know.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that causes issues. And I feel like if it's being communicated well, it will be an issue.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it's going to be an issue. Especially for men. It's like it's hot water. The way it is, I'm being no. The way it's to big people. I think there's another thing to it because I don't understand. But I just feel like with communication, it will be sorted.
Yeah.
So let's communicate more about every and anything, so we can just enjoy our lives.
Yeah.
That's it.
What I would just add is that relationship marriage is customized. Everybody has how it works for them. Try to find your rhythm. Try to find how it works for you. And this country is not the kind of place where you use sex to punish your husband. You don't want to do it. It's not a good thing. It's not a place where you want to use sex to punish your wife. I'm supposed to say sex on YouTube. I don't know if it's my own is not
XES.
It's not a place where you want to use XES to punish your partner. No, it's not fair. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And like she said, communication and coming to an understanding of, okay, this is the thing. My body cannot take it. Please,
Like it used to take it back home.
Exactly.
When I was not doing too much. I was always available. But yeah, I'm working.
Please.
Yeah, so
consider.
there has to be an
Because
understanding.
you're working towards a goal. Like you want to gather this amount of money, and then everybody's working back to back. The man is going in the morning. As the man is going in the morning, the wife is coming back in the night. Definitely, I would say that we should learn to balance things.
Yeah.
Learn to balance things. Don't work to the point that you neglect your duties. We do that a lot in this country, especially with the Africans. we do that a lot. We carry, because nobody will tell you to stop. There is no, it's you that will tell yourself, I'm stopping now. Okay, I'm stopping now. So what I'll say is, because of the work culture, try to come to a balance. Don't get carried away by more shifty, 200 pounds. Let me quickly go and run this shit. Especially when you've arranged with your husband. Today, I'm not going anywhere. Somebody will don't see that shift. It's very tempting.
At the detriment
of your marriage. Whatever decision you are making, please put your marriage first. Put your. I'm not trying to advise you. Who are we?
What do we know?
But please, don't make any decision at the detriment of your marriage, to the point that two of you now go months without having sex. Sex is very, very important in marriage. And the XES is very important in marriage. It's a fuel. It's a lubricant.
Necessary. You don't call me baby right.
It has also like I want it to pick it. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that in this country, the awareness of that, the awareness of the fact that you have freedom of choice. Like, you can choose that you don't need a man. You can choose that you don't need children. The fact that you can choose that how you want to live can also influence some people to choose that I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't need you, and all of that. Well, I feel like if your man or your husband is probably not, I'm not advising anybody to divorce their partner or anything, but if the man or the woman is not maybe doing you well before you even came here, some people see it as an opportunity to get out. So, which is, I won't say it's bad or good. Everybody will decide by themselves what is.
You wear your shoes and you know where it is.
Where exactly. So, like for instance, women that are dealing with maybe domestic abuse or domestic violence or some verbal, emotional abuse or any sort of abuse whatsoever, can decide that, okay, we are going to the UK, right? That's good. And the man thinks that you want to continue treating her the way you were just now back home.
Sorry, but you know that this one now, for some people that their husband abuses them back home, when the husband gets there, some of them, their head used to be correct.
Yes, but some of them still, they never learn.
Yes, but for some,
they will use intimidation to make the woman, to silence the woman.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Because I read one story online where somebody said her husband seized their passport and then they got into the UK.
Exactly.
Her husband collected her passport from her. She was a student. He was monitoring her. When she goes for lecture, he feels like she has spent too much time. You'll be accusing her that you went to see this person. How come you are not home by this time? You're supposed to be home by this.
So that type of woman, if she now decides to leave her marriage, would we now say that she's at fault? We can't blame in such situations. I'm not going to say, oh, leave your husband or don't leave your husband, because we are all adults. It's an adult topic. So everybody at the end of the day will decide what they want to do. But in that case, we cannot fault the woman. In that case,
yes,
we cannot fault such partners, because you're now in an environment where you know that you have the power to choose. You have the power to free yourself. So if a woman now decides that, no, I cannot allow this man, I can't take this anymore, we can't fault
the society supports it.
Yes.
Whatever it is you want to do, the society supports it. Whether it's you want to stay married, you want to be divorced, you want to without the other man and all of that.
Without any judgment, without even affecting any part of your life, as it were.
Yes.
Because there's space for everybody. There's space for everybody to thrive. So that's another reason why we think some marriages are fake.
The thing is that we ourselves, we know that this marriage that we are into, some people know that this marriage, it's not like it's working. We're actually patching it. Then it gets to a point where you can no longer patch because you cannot tolerate the other person anymore. When it gets to that level where you know that, okay, it has gotten here, I just feel instead of now being a nuisance to yourself, if it's to live, please honorably do that. That is when you know that you've tried your best. You've done everything. You've put. They say communicate, you communicate. They say do like this, you've done it. Everything that you've been advised to do, you've done it. But it's not just working. And you know deep down in your heart that this was not even meant to be in the first place. So why waste your time? My sister, my brother. You know what they do. You don't say it, but it's just a lot. Like the cultural shocks and everything that happens to marriage is a lot.
It's a lot.
Get different things every day.
Stories plenty.
Overwhelming. Like you'll be like, is it that these two people did not even like themselves from?
Like when you listen to some people and you're like, how did you meet? How did you even get to the point of saying I want to marry you or I love you?
You have to be treating the next person like that, because at the end of the day, when I see these things or when I hear this, I'm like, where's the love?
Exactly.
Because when you love somebody, we know how this thing used to do us in our body. When you love somebody, there's a level of care, commitment, that you want. You don't want that person to cry. You don't want that person to be sad. So when I now see men or women maltreating their partners, I'm like, where's the love? Is it that you guys never ever loved yourself? And the thing is, there might have been love,
but they went.
But work and everything. When some people say, when you live in a house like a roommate with your spouse, at that point you begin to know that there's something wrong. Then you try to bring everything back.
Don't
together.
wait till you get to that point.
It's not easy. Anybody that tell you that marriage abroad is easy, it's a lie. It takes work. It takes intentionality. Me, I'm talking from experience. Me, I'm more lazy. But I had to learn when I got here. I know what I have and I don't want to lose it. So I put in the extra work to make sure that this thing it will work. And you still have that thing in mind. So coming from the both of us.
Yes, when the Bible says when two agree,
when 2 or 3 are,
I don't know. It wants 3 3. Well, can two work together?
I said they agree.
So when they went
that's the Bible goes.
Can two work together? I said they agree. If there is no agreement, as long as you are both like facing the same direction,
it will work.
Even any challenge, whatever thing comes, you'll be able to overcome.
And you strive better. You grow together as one.
Before we finish, before we round off this video, do you remember that there's this video that was trending one time that they were saying, men, don't bring your wife abroad. Do you remember that?
Yes, I saw it one time.
What do you have to say to some people that have that mentality? Because some people really have that mentality.
It's a wrong mentality. Because if you come as a couple and you are dedicated,
you
what
go
you
further
achieve in 5 years. Let's just use 5 years as an example. A single person that comes alone, or maybe you have a family, your wife and your kids are in Nigeria, and you're sending money back home, you will not be able to achieve that. No matter how many shifts you have, and bet you will not be able to achieve it. But give it to 2 couples that have sense, and have God with them.
Have sense.
Trust and God, they will do well in the space of 5 to 10 years. They will do so well, more than just you.
You want to come and carry,
you want to leave your wife.
Chairman.
It's better to come together and just.
There's power in unity. Even the Bible says that this thing has become Bible. It's just as we are talking, the scriptures are coming to my mind. Well, I will say it. So, it says, one we chase 1,000, but 2 we put 10,000 to flight. So it's just that scripture. I feel is very, very. It works in this approach. If you two can agree, like you hold hands, you agree, you make plans, you write it out, you discuss. There was one video I saw of a husband and wife that does like every month they do like marriage meeting, like they say what do we need to do, what did we do well this last year, what do you think we should do better this month, things like that, like they're doing like a board meeting. And I'm like, wow, it will work. It will definitely work, because I noticed that when me and my husband we plan to do something, it always works better than when I want to do something on my own and I'm planning it on my own, or he is planning it on his own. I also noticed that if he talks to me about something and I don't agree 100 about it, I notice that things like that most of the time it doesn't work smoothly. I notice it's anything we agree to do. I notice it's usually like it goes faster and better than when he decides that I want to do this and I'm like, are you sure we should do this too? And he says, hey, let's do. By the time he explain, and I say, okay, no while, let's do it. And then he says, say your mind. What do you think? And I'm like, me, I feel like we should do this, we should do that. But at the end of the day, if he now says that's what he wants to do, I will agree with him because I cannot disagree with him. You understand?
Yeah.
I feel like I should agree because if he's really, because I believe in my husband a lot, and I always like to see things from his perspective. I feel like he's very, very intelligent. My husband is very intelligent and he's a goal setter. He knows how to set goals. He knows how to project things, and I always trust it. But sometimes when I feel like
it's not sounding like it,
and he still decides to go, I notice that at the end of the day, it doesn't always, and it's vice versa. That was why I used to tell him that in your company. If I want to do something and I tell my husband and it's like kiniko, most of the time that thing is said is what will happen when I do it.
Wow.
So we have come to a point where we know that agreement for us is a big deal. Anything we agree to do, we always, but anything that one person is saying, it doesn't work. So that's another thing I think yeah, we should look into. You that you don't want to bring your wife abroad. I don't know how you see your wife. The wife is supposed to be your helpmate. It's supposed to be your second in command. But when you now, I think it's still
your guy, your guy.
G.
What are you saying?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it still boils down to the foundation of your marriage in the first place.
If it was even meant to happen
In the first place. So I think that's all we. What other thing? What other thing? So if you have any other comments, opinions, please don't forget to drop it for us in the comment section. And if you've enjoyed this video, should we need that? Please like
and subscribe.
Like, share it on your status, share it to your friends, share it, please, so that people can also learn. At least I know that no matter how dull we may sound or cliche we may sound, I believe that one or two people can learn from what we just said so far
and relate to this.
And relate to it. Yes, that's the most important. It's not even about learning sometimes, it's about being able to relate with something. Yes. So thank you so much for watching this one. Till we see you next time
in our next video. Bye.